Hare Krishna. I'd just like to talk about a few reflections on a funeral I went to and the thought about legacy. So yeah, I'm pretty tired. Been all day at a funeral. It was actually the best friend of my father. So my father passed away in 2009, 10 years ago basically, and this was one of his best friends. And so brought back a lot of memories about how my father passed away and things that we learnt from my father. Just gonna put my glasses on, it's a bit sunny. So yeah, just quickly a few thoughts that came to mind. The first thing that came to mind is the family of this person who's had the funeral today. You know, all the children did really well from a materialistic point of view. Not talking, ultimate Krishna consciousness, but the children all, got married, have their own families, have good jobs, and they're, well adjusted. None of them did any weird stuff. And pretty much the same thing from my family. My parents somehow or other were able to create a family where all of us brothers and sisters, we get on really well, and there was a family spirit that was created. And I think that's something, as devotees, that's something that we should really let the truck drive by. I think that spirit of developing loving families is something really important. So that was one first thought that I had, because like my mother has got 9 grandchildren, 6 boys and 3 girls, and this guy that friend of my father, he has got 7 grandchildren, 7 granddaughters and 2 grandsons, along with his 4 daughters. So anyway, that was the first thing, the importance of a family, having a strong family spirit. So the next thing I thought about was just the general idea of legacy. Like at this funeral there was hundreds of people. So obviously this person who had the funeral, he touched a lot of people. A lot of people felt influenced by him. Hey, here comes my daughter. Speaking of family, here I'm doing Facebook Live. You want to be part of it?
Mm-hmm.
See, I was talking about how families are so important, and this is my daughter Danica. Yeah? So we want to have a good family for her, and when she grows up, I hope that when it's my funeral, she'll think how she had a cool family life and how her dad helped her and all that kind of thing. Do you think it's a good idea?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so family is an important thing. So another important thing, there's my wife way over there. I don't know if you can see, it's too far away. Anyhow, the other thing that I got from the funeral is that this person was really involved in trying to make a difference.
Talk to the persons inside.
Yeah, I got some mail. It's in the car. I think it's in the car. Yeah, I put it in the car.
Is it open?
Yeah, let's go. And so he got involved in Rotary Club. Now I was just thinking that, in our Christian consciousness movement, something like a Rotary Club is a really great idea. I've talked before in terms of boiling the milk.
Give it to Mama.
Okay, go and give it to her. The importance of having small group gatherings, and that's basically what Rotary Clubs are, where they get together, they have some fellowship, and then they also do projects together as a group, things that they feel strongly about. They get together and then do something about it. So this was one of the characteristics of this friend of my father's, is that he felt strongly about things and he did what he could to make a difference, as well as doing it with others and trying to build some friendships at the same time. So yeah, those are just a few thoughts. I think I'll just keep it really short, but the basic idea was the importance of having families. Think about our legacy. What's going to be important when we have our funeral? What will people say about us? And what will our families think? Will they represent us well? And will they have good things to say? Finally, and then as well as that, the importance of making a difference, developing these communities, small groups where we can try to make a difference. Instead of waiting for other people to do things, we get together with a few friends, a few people we can relate to, and we try to make a difference ourselves. And there might have been another point in there, but I can't remember it. But it was a moving experience, and I was just thinking to myself, okay, when it comes to my funeral, will people actually have something to say that I made a difference and that I, did something? And, this example of my father's friend touched me, especially from the point of view of family and, taking some action to make a difference. So I'll leave it there and say Hare Krishna. Hare Bol.